All right, I'm now live on Juggler Drama Alert as well. What's up, y'all? I'm just laying down watching TV, hitting my vape.
Introducing new frosted sodas and floats. Float, hot, spin, and slide like an original. The original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats. Only at Chick-fil-A. With meal deals with McDonald's, you get this, and this, and Hungry Chicken or Hungry Double or a Daily Double. All this for just these prices. Oh, who says you can't have it? Burger. Actually, I have a chicken. I feel like everyone's looking at us. Told you that bar was legit. Woke up feeling like trash. Left my headphones at home. Bad guys are lining up to use my equipment. Needless to say, the vibes are still gonna hit that piano. With meal deals with McDonald's, you get this, and this, and Hungry Chicken or Hungry Double or a Daily Double. All this.
What up, 4 viewers?
Who says you can't have it? With meal deals with McDonald's, you get this, and this, and Hungry Chicken or Hungry Double or a Daily Double. All this for just these prices. Oh, who says you can't have it?
A young mother mysteriously died just hours after dining in an upscale restaurant. The search for clues revealed secrets hidden in an attic, an upscale gentleman's club, and underneath the young woman's skin. Shortly after midnight, police in the wealthy Philadelphia suburb received a frantic 911 alert. 34-year-old Craig Rabinowitz said he had just found his wife Stephanie in the bathtub. When police arrived, they found Rabinowitz in the bathroom, holding his wife's head above the water. They performed CPR and rushed her to the hospital. Unfortunately, there was nothing doctors could do. When Craig learned of his wife's death, he collapsed in grief. Doctors had no explanation.
I asked the doctor, I'll be out of here. What do you think happened? And he said he really didn't know. He told me sometimes people die for unexplained reasons, could have been an aneurysm, heart attack, whatever. But at first glance, there wasn't any sign of trauma.
Rabinowitz told police that he and his wife Stephanie had dinner at a Thai restaurant, came home, had a drink, and Stephanie took a bath while Craig said he watched television.
And while he was watching the hockey game, he heard a thump, which he attributed to the shampoo bottle falling on the floor of the bathroom. He didn't think watch outlet, we watched hockey game for approximately 20, 30 minutes, and realized next morning, doesn't come back, got her from the bath. So we went into the bathroom and found her unconscious in the bathtub.
Detective Charles Craig had investigated many unusual deaths before, and a spouse with something to hide would usually act suspiciously, but not Craig Rabinowitz.
Generally, when we interview people, witnesses, victims, suspects, we look to see if they have eye contact with us, see if they're shaking or if they're very nervous or if they're perspiring, and even exhibit any of those signs.
And police found nothing suspicious or out of place in the couple's home after Stephanie's death.
TV was on, the shampoo bottle was in the bathroom. There was water in the bathtub. We checked all the doors and windows and found the house was secure. The bedroom didn't appear to have any signs of struggle. We didn't find blood or anything of that nature.
Craig and Stephanie were a classic love story. They've been together since they first met in summer camp as teenagers.
The Rabinowitzes were the perfect couple. In love, with good jobs. They had a beautiful young daughter, a year old. He had a business of his own, selling latex gloves and supplies. They've been married since 1990. She was a lawyer, Bryn Mawr and Temple University educated.
Craig was proud of his wife and worked hard.
What's going on?
Stephanie spoke about her marriage within very idyllic terms. She thought she had a wonderful relationship, almost a perfect relationship, and she was extremely happy.
Between her law practice and his business, they were very affluent and lived in the exclusive mainline section of Philadelphia. But even wealth and privilege can't prevent unfortunate incidents like the one that befell Stephanie Rabinowitz.
I came to the office Wednesday morning. I walked in, everyone was crying. I was shocked to hear that Stephanie had died Tuesday night. I had heard that she had an accident, that she drowned in the bathtub. That's all we were told.
But why had Stephanie drowned? Was it caused by something she ate, medication, or she depressed? Forensic investigators needed to find out more. The cause of Stephanie Rabinowitz's death was a mystery.
Stephanie Rabinowitz may have slipped, hit her head in the tub, subsequently drowned. It was a real tragedy. A 1-year-old child, nobody else had any life. I was at a loss. I thought she could have died. I didn't see her bed in trouble. I had several arrangements for that.
Stephanie came from a religious Jewish family. In accordance with her religion, Stephanie's parents and her husband Craig wanted to bury her before the next sundown.
It was a push to have Stephanie Rabinowitz very quickly for your Jewish custom.
The coroner overruled the family's wishes, saying he wanted to perform a complete autopsy. His action was prompted in part by something Craig Rabinowitz told police. He said Stephanie was having trouble adjusting to the demands of their new baby and her work as a lawyer, and she occasionally took prescription sleep medication. In the meantime, a tipster called police suggesting they investigate Craig's involvement in a gentleman's Delilah's Den.
Delilah's Den is the upscale strip club in Philadelphia. It's a place where it's not uncommon to see a lot of professional athletes, entertainers, people who visit Philadelphia for business people. And it is a group of guys out to have a beer or bachelor party. The show has been Delilah's Den.
When detectives visited the club, they discovered Craig was a regular customer, and that his interest was primarily in only one dancer named Summer. Employees said this wasn't unusual.
Summer didn't come dance at Cloud Smith friends. And she was definitely very Smith money, and she was starting to notice something was sharp, that she was always a big money maker. She always went after the customers that didn't have less money. stage and make it clear to the customers that we're gonna have a good time while you're here, just come in the door. Or you can sort of draw the customers into this like longer, kind of drawn out fantasy and develop regular customers.
When interviewed, some were admitted that Craig was a good customer, but strictly that, a customer, and not even her best one.
They each have 2 or 3 good customers and spend a lot of money on them. You buy the furnishings for their house, or any repair bills, or their demo, or that type of thing.
She said there was no sexual relationship between the two of them, they weren't dating or anything of that nature. We were always suspicious of that, of course.
And they also used to buy cars from their customers, other leather gifts, jewelry, and apartments, etc.
Delilah's customers who want something a little cozier can get private dances in the champagne room. They use Delilah's dollars, house money bought with credit cards. Club records indicated Craig was spending as much as $3,000 a week at Delilah's. A lot of money, perhaps, but certainly not illegal.
In fact, Craig's visits to Delilah's were not unknown to Stephanie Rabinowitz. I think he had really told her that he did business there, and that is not an uncommon thing to see in any city with people who are doing business, especially something like sales.
Whether Craig's interest in Delilah's was professional or personal, it certainly didn't explain Stephanie's death. That would have to come from the forensic accountants.
Form's got a way to get better posture, better performance, and less tasty. With Form's patented tech that aligns your body around any effort. You'll feel the change no matter what you're doing, before how you wear it. We're formed on science to find out more.
Today, data is the lifeblood of every organization. It needs to be instantly accessible to the right person at the right time and always protected from the moment it's born. Everpure, data management so simple it feels like second nature.
This is the story of the one who doesn't just see a broken tie. He sees lost revenue, a late night, and work stalled to a halt. Thankfully, he has the experience to handle whatever comes his way, and has Grainger on his side, offering access to technical product specialists and the scale to deliver fast. So he can keep his business in gear and always moving forward. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up?
Hunting for holiday deals. I need everything in your workshop. You're trying to make a 75-inch TV out of a block of wood. Sorry. Like her, I need the best deals. We both have a lot of specific wish lists. Wish lists now. That's why I have some doorbusters every Friday all season. Every Friday?
Who are you talking to?
No one?
Get new doorbusters every Friday all season long at Best Buy.
In the 12 months before his wife's death, Craig Rabinowitz spent almost $100,000 in Delilah's Den.
$100,000. Dang.
Investigators searched the Rabinowitz's home for financial records, interested to know how Rabinowitz could afford this kind of spending.
He was a latex glove salesman, but nobody could really find a lot of latex gloves.
But detectives did find a hidden crawl space in the bedroom closet.
So basically, I just lifted the board, covered the crawl space, looked around, didn't see anything, but fell around the top of the crawl space and found his bag. It turned out to be a shopping bag filled with a lot of paperwork.
The paperwork included credit card receipts for Delilah's Den, hotel receipts, and gifts he had purchased for his favorite stripper. There was also pornography.
Basically, Craig Rabinowitz's double life was swirled away in the crawl space of the top of his home.
The bag contained pawn shop tickets proving Craig pawned Stephanie's heirloom jewelry just after she died. The bag also contained an accounting ledger, possibly for Craig's surgical glove business, but investigators weren't sure.
They brought in a forensic accountant, which I had never been involved in before. He very thoroughly and systematically went through every bill that Rabinowitz had.
Rick Zayas is an expert at finding the real cost or value in accounting records that have been written in a way to hide their true meaning.
He was describing importing containers of these latex gloves from overseas, that the cost of a container would be $20,000 or $22,000 per container, that he was then going to be able to sell those containers for twice that amount. That was the pitch. Sounds too good to be true.
It was too good to be true. Zayas discovered that Craig's latex glove distribution company had never bought or sold a single glove. The only money coming into the company was funds from investors, Craig's family and friends whom he was scamming with a Ponzi or pyramid scheme.
So the money from investor 2 was now going back to pay investor 1 and just keeping that cycle running.
And Zayas learned that Craig paid no office or warehouse rent anywhere in Philadelphia. The closest thing Craig had to an office was his seat at Delilah's strip club.
When his family, when his wife, when his friends, when his in-laws thought he was out making sales calls for his latex glove business, at least 1, 2, 3 days a week, Craig Rabinowitz was in a dark, air-conditioned strip club in a back room, getting couch dances and lap dances by a 24-year-old stripper.
Zayas estimated Craig was in debt to the tune of $800,000. He owed most of it to his shareholders who had invested in his non-existent business and who wanted their money back at some point with a profit. Apparently, not even Stephanie knew what was going on.
Of all the people at Craig Kahn, quite clearly, he kind of Stephanie the most.
And the forensic accounting identified a possible motive for murder. On the inside,
Oh, Shrooms was here.
were notes that corresponded to the life insurance policies on staff, including $1.5
Lady
million
Mistress was here.
Craig had just purchased.
Sorry, my screen froze. I just realized I didn't see you over here.
Craig's investors. He made small token payments to pacify them, and through a series of financial calculations, Zayas was able to tell when they were made.
They were only accurate for a limited period of time during the middle part of April of 1997.
Ah, what's up, Lady Mistress? How you doing? I'm just laying down watching Forensic Files.
Had literally done an accounting of the value of children's lives.
The insurance payout not only would have eliminated Craig's debt, but also allowed him to continue his extravagant relationship with Summer and still not have to work for a living. All of this showed motive, but if the medical examiner didn't rule Stephanie's death a homicide, it was salacious, but little else. After Stephanie Rabinowitz's death, her family wanted a quick burial in accordance with their religious customs.
That's cool, you're
But it was
okay.
Dr. Ian Hood who overruled that request in order to perform a full autopsy. And almost immediately, that decision paid big dividends. The first clue was the food found in Stephanie's stomach.
We noticed it very recently, just in this case, and each branch were quite clearly seen with very little digestion fluid in context. So she always died probably within an hour or two with adjacent that.
That night, Stephanie died around 10:30 p.m. But Craig didn't.
I guess Shrooms was mad I didn't acknowledge she was here because I didn't see because my phone was frozen.
Stephanie's right elbow and knee.
I guess she got mad I didn't say hi right away. So she left to go talk to LB.
Dr. Hood then examined and dissected the neck muscles.
She had some much more subtle bruises and abrasions, very hard to see on her knee where it being
Yeah, she's real tight with LB nowadays.
Toxicology test shows
I don't know.
taken a higher than normal dose of a prescription sleep medication. A check of local pharmacies revealed
I'm not sure.
for Craig, not Stephanie.
I would not know.
Dr. Hood concluded that Stephanie had been drugged and then strangled to death.
I still got to subscribe to him from my new account, I think.
Stephanie was finally laid to rest in her family plot. Immediately after the burial, police brought Craig Rabinovitz in for questioning.
Marie Callender's chicken parmesan is topped with bacon scratch marinara and creamy mozzarella. It's everything you could want in a meal. Of course, 30 grams.
Tastes expensive.
Only a fraction of the cost of dining out. It's everything you could ask for.
Everything also comes with waiter.
What?
But no, I'm upset because Shrooms is so tight with LB anymore that he was late starting up his show. He had a show scheduled and he was late to the show starting it. So Shrooms took it upon herself to unblock LB and hit him up and tell him that his show was late. He was late to his show. And then she said she blocked him again. But still, she hit him up like they're best friends and shit.
But when it's time for treatment, one thing is clear. Brukinsa. Brukinsa is an oral targeted treatment for CLF. It's the only BTKI proven to be superior to both another BTKI and chemotherapy. Most patients have long-lasting results and no disease progression. Brukinsa can cause serious side effects, which
Yeah, I know. I was just fucking with her though.
Serious infections may occur and cause fevers, chills, or flu-like symptoms.
Like she wants to rub his feet and he has toe fungus.
Heart rhythm problems such as fast, irregular heartbeat, lightheadedness, fainting, shortness of breath, or chest discomfort may occur. Tell your doctor if you have bleeding, infections, heart problems, or any other side effect, or if you are or plan to be pregnant with breast
Oh
cancer.
yeah, she can like whoever she wants. I was just getting on her case, like
The CLL treatment that keeps you.
she said she blocked him, but why'd she hit him up in the first place? She must still care about him.
Craig told the same story as he did on the night of Stephanie's death, that he had been watching a hockey game on TV when Stephanie went in to take a bath and no one else had been in the house. That's when police revealed the evidence that proved Stephanie was dead for 2 hours before he called 911. And that the autopsy proved she had been strangled. Prosecutors concluded that the motive was money.
He had dug himself into this deep hole financially. Now, part of it is lavishing money on the strip, but that he needed to have that cash so that he could get out of debt. Clearly, he could have divorced his wife, run off with the stripper if she'd had him. But I don't think that she'd had him if she found that he was broke.
Craig had stretched his business scam as far as it could go. His investors wanted to pressure on him.
We had evidence that cases indicated that they were expecting to get their money at the end of April. But the murder was in the last week of April.
And despite Craig's denials, his credit card receipts told investigators that he was visiting local hotels, possibly with Summer.
And some of those receipts, there were room service for 2 people. So they assumed that he was going to be with them.
Prosecutors believe Craig set his plan in motion after they returned home from dinner in the Thai restaurant. Before going to bed, Craig spiked Stephanie's drink with his prescription sleep medication, more than enough to knock her out. Carried Stephanie upstairs, removed her clothes, and placed her in the bathtub to drown.
I got so stoned yesterday that I had to make 4 trips downstairs because I kept forgetting stuff. Up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. Damn, lady mistress. 4 motherfucking times.
The gamble that Craig Rabinowitz gave him was that we would not conduct an autopsy.
I think the autopsy decision was a very critical decision. I think because when it first came across, the outward appearances of it was that a horrible accident had taken place. There were sensitivities, I think, trying to be sensitive to the family's wishes to bury Steph.
Damn, you also had to do the laundry? Shit.
And to bury her within a day of the death.
But the autopsy found the petechial hemorrhages, the neck bruising, and the 2-hour delay between her death and the 911 call. The forensic accounting uncovered the motive. When he was charged with first-degree murder, Craig Rabinowitz pleaded not guilty. But on his first day in court, he had a change of heart. He said his wife appeared to him in a dream and convinced him to end the trial and confess to what he had done. I think that's complete nonsense. I think he really important. Selfish reasons. He knew that we would spend several weeks just completely annihilating his character in front of the whole world, including his mother and friends and whatnot.
Craig Rabinowitz, if this proved anything, was a selfish, self-absorbed, weak person. And I think the prosecutor saw his plea not just as a heartfelt act of contrition to help the families, but as a self-serving, cowardly act that allowed him to avoid truly confronting and articulating in public the detail and the exact nature of what he had done.
Craig Rabinowitz was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. I had no doubt that this would work out. Craig would be convicted. What this was doing is setting his family had a much more immediate impact. And I think they really needed closure. They needed full understanding of what had occurred. And I think that's what Frank today would have said.
This is the operating system for results. The weekly workout plan, programmed by an expert coach. Personal trainer in the beginner, team in the core, a nutrition coach in the mind. All designed to keep you on track with full your consistency. Now, your workouts, your nutrition, your plan.
The murder of a beautiful young woman went unsolved for years. A murder with forensic evidence and plenty of suspects. But sometimes that's not enough. It took the victim's 9-year-old child notations in a diary and forensic psychology to determine which forensic evidence was important and which to ignore. 30-year-old Kathleen Lipscomb was trying to find her way, raising 2 young children while at the same time working as a nurse in San Antonio, Texas.
She was a very caring person, loved her family. She stayed in constant contact with us.
Kathleen had been married for 8 years to Bill Lipscomb, a sergeant in the United States Air Force, but they had recently separated. Their arrangement was for Bill to take care of their children on weekends. But one Sunday night, Kathleen didn't arrive to pick them up as planned. Bill drove the children to Kathleen's apartment, but she wasn't there, and her car was missing, so they left notes on her door. There was still no sign of her.
One of her coworkers called me and told me that they were worried that she hadn't showed up for work. My stomach kind of knocked my heart up for a minute, and I thought, no, don't have the kids. Kathleen probably went out with some girlfriend or something. She'll be in. She just late today.
Later that same day, a man spotted a nude body along the deserted road outside of town. It was Kathleen Lipscomb. It was clear she had been murdered elsewhere.
Without a doubt, she had been transported from point A to this point B, being where she's left.
Kathleen probably had invested to something.
That's a little bit. Just without a doubt, that's the only people that I've ever seen roll with those that I had that vaccine. This was a long person.
Unfortunately, there were no discernible tire or footwear impressions near the body. Kathleen's estranged husband Bill was immediately called in for questioning.
They checked him to see if there were any things on his body, possibly the physical moves, to see if there was any kind of strange bruises. Because they understand also they strange their body.
The children told police that their father was with them the entire weekend, confirming his alibi. At the autopsy, the medical examiner determined the cause of death was strangulation. It appeared Kathleen had sexual relations 24 hours before her death. Friends told police that Kathleen had been dating.
Bitch, I'm grown. Ain't nobody else going to do my laundry.
Through their close association, Kathleen fell in love with him. And she was clearly confident that he loved her too. He promised to get a divorce and marry her. We found out that Robert Cole had had many relationships. He told his girlfriends that he was in fact separated from his wife, when he wasn't. And
and just the jealous ex-wife kind of thing. That was one concern of mine.
Dr. Pearl admitted he was.
Yeah, my bad. I just saw the laugh out loud. I had to scroll up to see the other comment.
And investigators had another suspect. Vincent Romeo, a nurse, worked with Kathleen at the hospital and lived in the same apartment complex. He hadn't shown up for work either.
He had left them. He didn't even go back to pick up his paycheck, nor did he even request that be sent to him.
With so many suspects, investigators hardly knew where to start. 1 week after Kathleen Lipscomb's murder, her car was found in a restaurant parking lot not far from her apartment. Investigators found no foreign fingerprints on or in the car. To determine the time of Kathleen's death, medical examiner Dr. Robert Bucks had 2 ways to tell. She had eaten Chinese food that was basically digested, which indicates that she had eaten in a short period of time prior to her death. And the marks on Kathleen's legs were identified as ant bites and helped establish a time frame. Most of the ant activity occurs during daylight hours, so that probably occurred beginning around dawn on that morning. These 2 indicators meant Kathleen had probably been killed around dinner time on Sunday night and dumped in the field before dawn. Forensic investigators found 4 strands of red human hair on Kathleen's clothing. Under a stereo microscope, scientists noticed the hairs had no root.
And the root end, you should see the root, which is a bulb-shaped structure, depending on what the stage of the hair growth is.
When magnified 100 times, you can see evidence that the hair was dyed.
Many times you'll see an actual demarcation line between the original color of the hair at the root end to the dyed color of the hair towards the tip end of the hair.
All 4 hairs showed the same dye pattern. When compared, the hairs were not similar to Kathleen's estranged husband Bill or her boyfriend, Dr. David Pearl. At the time, genetic testing was still years away. The hair was not squeezed. From the moment you took your first breath, you had something to prove. And boy, you ready. Fluid form, clouds charged, sweat knocked up and down, back and forth, over and over and over again. And when it was finally time to enjoy it all, COPD thought it could stop you. But COPD never met someone like you. You get right on going. Rescue is key medicine for one inhaler. Better breathing starting within 5 minutes. It helps prevent flare-ups. And that's a COPD maintenance treatment that works as hard as you can. Rescue won't replace the rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It's not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Restream more than prescribed. Restream may increase risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help. Ready to get back your breath? Ask your doctor about Restream.
Choose to follow your instincts. Every Mazda is designed to feel like it was made just for you.
Wake up.
Me too. You don't always know the right time to call. When life plays dirty, water wipes. Now, 2 times stronger and even softer.
The joy of whole room freshness. Glade Plug-in Scented Oil Fan.
All around you, you don't even know it.
It's the only freshener to use a continuous built-in fan.
It's just there in the air.
Unlike some fresheners that seem strong just around the outlet, the Glade fan continuously circulates fragrance throughout your whole room.
This shit'll blow your motherfucking mind. Magic everywhere in this bitch.
Plug-in Scented Oil Fan from Glade. The
pure motherfucking magic
of fragrance.